Kidney stones are often described as one of the most agonizing experiences a human being can go through, a level of pain so intense that many compare it to childbirth, stabbing, or even bones breaking from the inside. But what makes this condition so painful, and why do people keep getting it? The story of kidney stones begins deep inside one of the most vital filtration systems in the human body. Your kidneys work around the clock, filtering your blood, balancing minerals, removing waste, and producing urine. But when certain minerals and salts become too concentrated, they can start binding together to form tiny crystals. At first, these crystals may be the size of grains of sand, and you would never notice them. But over time, they can grow bigger, heavier, and sharper, turning into what we call kidney stones. And once a stone forms, the trouble begins. The kidney itself doesn't produce the worst pain. The real agony happens when the stone begins to move. Imagine a jagged little rock scraping through a tube that's thinner than a drinking straw. That tube is your ureter, the narrow pathway that drains urine from the kidney into the bladder. When the stone gets stuck or tries to push its way through, nerves in the ureter send powerful pain signals to the brain. The body reacts immediately with waves of intense cramping pain known as renal colic. This pain doesn't stay in one place. It radiates from the side of your back to your lower abdomen and groin. Many people become restless, unable to sit or lie still because the pain comes in unpredictable waves. Some vomit, some sweat, and others feel like they might pass out. Emergency rooms often prioritize kidney stone patients because the pain can be so severe that it mimics life-threatening conditions. The strange part is that kidney stones might remain silent for years before suddenly making their presence known. You might be living your everyday life, feeling perfectly fine, until one morning you wake up with a stabbing pain so intense that you fear something is seriously wrong. This is how kidney stones catch most people off guard. And the moment a stone starts to move, the pain can become unbearable. Some people describe it as being cut with a knife from the inside. Others say it feels like their organs are being twisted. Even tiny stones, barely a few millimeters wide, can cause excruciating pain, proof that size does not matter when it comes to kidney stones. But how do these stones form in the first place? One of the biggest triggers is dehydration. When you don't drink enough water, your urine becomes concentrated, almost like a thickened soup, making it easier for minerals like calcium, oxalate, and uric acid to stick together. Surprisingly, even people who think they drink enough water may still be underhydrated, especially in hot climates or physically demanding jobs. Diet also plays a major role. Foods high in sodium force the kidneys to work harder and can increase calcium levels in the urine. Oxalate-rich foods like spinach, beets, nuts, chocolate, and excessive vitamin C can also contribute. Then there's your genetics. If kidney stones run in your family, your risk increases significantly. Medical conditions like gout, obesity, and digestive disorders can also make stones more likely. Once a kidney stone forms, the body has two main ways to deal with it. If it's small enough, it may pass naturally. The process can take hours or even days, and during that time, the pain may come and go. Doctors often recommend drinking large amounts of water and taking medications to help relax the ureter and reduce pain. But when a stone is too large, too sharp, or too stuck, medical intervention becomes necessary. Modern medicine offers several ways to remove or break kidney stones. The most common method is shockwave lithotripsy, where doctors use high-energy sound waves to break the stone into smaller pieces that can pass more easily. Another method is ureteroscopy, where a tiny scope is inserted through the urinary tract to remove or laser break the stone. In severe cases, surgery may be required, especially if the stone is blocking the kidney and causing infection or swelling. While these procedures are effective, most people would prefer to avoid them altogether. The good news is that kidney stones can be prevented, and prevention is far easier than dealing with the pain. The simplest and most effective strategy is staying hydrated. Clear or pale yellow urine is the goal. Limiting salt is another key step because high sodium levels increase stone-forming minerals in the urine. Eating a balanced diet with moderate protein, controlled oxalate intake, and enough calcium from food, yes, calcium from food actually helps prevent stones, can make a big difference. People often misunderstand calcium, thinking it causes stones, but in reality, low calcium intake can cause more oxalate to reach the kidneys and form stones. For those who have had stones before, doctors often perform tests to analyze the stone type and check for underlying issues. This helps personalize the prevention plan to reduce the chance of recurrence. Despite modern medicine, kidney stones continue to affect millions of people around the world. In fact, the numbers are rising, partly because of lifestyle changes, high-salt diets, dehydration from heat, and rising obesity rates. Each year, countless people experience their first attack, and many go on to develop stones again. Kidney stones tend to recur because once the body forms stones, the internal chemistry often stays imbalanced unless actively managed. The fear of another attack can linger in the minds of those who've gone through it. They remember the pain vividly, sometimes describing it as the worst experience of their lives. This emotional impact is just as real as the physical one. One surprising thing about kidney stones is that they can also affect children, not just adults. While rare, childhood stone cases are increasing due to poor diet and inadequate water intake. This demonstrates how the modern lifestyle is shaping the health of future generations. Even though kidney stones are common, many people still don't recognize the early signs. Pain in the lower back, blood in the urine, nausea, or a frequent urge to urinate can all be warning signals. By paying attention to these symptoms early, people may be able to seek treatment before the pain becomes unbearable. When we think about diseases that cause extreme suffering, kidney stones may not be the first thing that comes to mind, but anyone who has experienced them knows the truth. For a condition that can strike suddenly, without warning, and bring even the strongest people to their knees, kidney stones deserve their reputation as one of the most painful experiences a person can endure. Yet with awareness, hydration, and proper dietary habits, this painful condition can often be avoided. The key is recognizing that your kidneys are constantly working behind the scenes, and taking care of them is not optional. They filter nearly 150 liters of blood every day. They remove toxins, balance minerals, and regulate fluid levels. When they struggle, the entire body struggles. And when kidney stones form, the body sends a message loud and clear through pain. It is a wake-up call, a reminder to take better care of your health before the next stone forms and the cycle begins again.